So, here we are. We are the 29th of January 2021, and today my book, Learn French on Your Own, is out. It's been a wild ride, writing a book is definitely harder than I thought, but definitely more rewarding than I thought too. So I'm excited to share this with you on YouTube. I know that a lot of the members of the French Club have already downloaded or pre-ordered the book, so they should receive it today. If you haven't, maybe you aren't part of the French Club, you can download it from Amazon. There is the Kindle version that will be launched today, and the paperback version should be available today too. If not today, probably will be tomorrow. And to celebrate, well, I thought that I would actually read you the beginning of the book, and I hope that you enjoy it. Things are more painful than not being able to say what you mean. Stammering your way to confusion in your conversation partner's eyes, knowing you haven't said what you wanted to say. Diluting your opinions because you can't find the right words. Feeling the heat crawling up your cheeks and ending your sentence earlier to spare yourself more embarrassment. Or worse, desperately wanting to interact but not being able to, containing yourself to the role of spectator when you aspire to belong. These situations are dangerous because they damage your confidence, your resilience, and ultimately your intelligence. They are an open door for self-doubts. Luckily, there is a vaccine. Introducing a harmless version of the situation to train our bodies to respond. Then later on, if we encounter the same situation again, our bodies will remember what to do and we won't get sick. Language learning is like a vaccine. It opens your world, strengthens your confidence, and makes you stronger in the face of embarrassment. But only. I am French, and for the longest part of my life, I didn't like it. I dreamed of being a native English speaker. I was convinced life was better in English. After all, English was the language of the people I looked up to. The songs I listened were sang in English. The movies I watched were dubbed from English. The books I read were translations from English. And I felt like I was missing something. I obviously could never become a great detective because all the great detectives were solving cases in New York and London. I could never live a great adventure because I couldn't be accepted in Hogwarts. And that's a fact. Magical wardrobes only existed in English manors. I could never find great love because great love was only found in between the lockers of American high schools. Since I couldn't be a native English speaker, I would do the next best thing. I decided I was going to learn the language. Then if I still didn't receive my letter for Hogwarts, I'd move to New York or London. Fast forward a few years on which we'll come back later, and here I am, speaking English. I'm not living in New York. I'm not living in London. I actually never even been to the US. I never found any secret doors in English wardrobes, and not for lack of trying. I'm as single as you can get, and I'm not a great detective. Turns out, English is not magic. Yet it brought me many fantastic gifts. Friends from all over the world, the city of my dreams, adventures in foreign countries, mountains of new books, a whole new world on the internet, an abundance of business opportunities, the admiration of my parents who think speaking English is definitely a magical power, thousands of new ways to think about the world, new traditions that I love, confidence, hundreds of thousands of new words to describe my emotions, a sharper brain, swear words that I'm not afraid to use, etc. But there is something even more important than all of this. Something I would never have wished for, something that seems insignificant. Yet, this is probably the single most wonderful gift English brought me. An appreciation for my native language. Through English, I discovered how beautiful French sounds. I understand the logic of French grammar. I marveled at the way French authors were using it. Before I started to use English, I would dismiss French as an overly complicated and pompous language, one that really wasn't made for life. But when I heard French in English through Christie's Hercule Poirot, translation of Jules Verne stories, and when I heard how empty an English-speaking Cyrano de Bergerac sounded, it made me think. French is a language for life. It's a language for life full of beauty, a language for life of debate, ideas, opinions, politics, science, poesy, and history. It's a language for lovers, friends, family, administrations, and artists. I discovered that il n'y a que le français pour imprimer des idées directement dans mon cœur. There is only French to imprint ideas directly into my heart. And you will have the rest of the story if you buy my book. The link is in the description below this video. Thank you for listening.